This is your world. Everybody else is just living in it. So it's time to take control of your world and start living in the world that you want to live in.
Timmy, wake up.
As of right now, analyze where you are in life at this very, very moment. I have a 2-bedroom apartment that I'm ever so grateful for. I don't have a car for transportation. I have a full-time job. I am not monetized on YouTube or TikTok at the moment. I currently weigh 120 pounds. I've been able to see my friends. So socially, I am healed. Now, I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel of where I'm at in life right now, but just to give you an example of what you could write down or just think about where you're at this very moment. Now, next, what you're gonna think about is all the goals that you've set for yourself. And don't think about like the overall life goal necessarily, but think about, especially this year, what did you tell yourself you were gonna do this year for 2024? If you made a New Year's resolution, go look at your New Year's resolution. See what you said you were gonna do. Now, definitely any goals that weren't met, show gratitude to, because it was something that you did try at least. Now, if you didn't try it, but if you did try to meet that goal and you just didn't meet that goal, it's okay. Show gratitude to it, but think about the goals that you set and either write that down or just think about them. And disclaimer, my goals were set from January to April. So I gave myself really 4 months to kind of do them. I was supposed to have my car by now. Did I try? I did, but I got told that I needed bank statements on top of a Georgia's driver's license. So I didn't meet that goal. I did meet my 1,000 subscriber goal, which was a year-long goal, and I'm happy about. I also met a goal to be able to collab with people on TikTok as far as like the TikTok shop and stuff, and I met that goal as well. When I look at each and every one of my goals, I am also taking accountability. With each one of the goals that you didn't meet, think about yourself where you fell short at. Think about what you could have did but didn't do, but take accountability. Because things happen. At the end of the day, you could say, well, this inconvenience, no, is an excuse. Because if there is a goal that you have in mind, a realistic goal you have in mind, and you haven't met it, and you're saying, well, you know, that day that I had to do it, it was raining outside, or I was super duper depressed, or when I was supposed to do this, I just couldn't find the money for it. No. Think about each and every excuse and think about if it's really an excuse. I know for me, as far as things go, when it comes down to my car, I could have went sooner for my car, but I kept saying, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the money. I do have the money, I'm just not spending it towards what needs to be spent on. I'm doing the things that are quicker that I want rather than the things that the longevity of it are gonna reward me way better. You see, that's an excuse that I was making, but now that I've analyzed it and I'm like, okay, well, discipline now. You have to look at your goals and think about the goals that you didn't meet, and you also have to be able to develop discipline on the goals as well, because you can set a goal, anybody can set a goal, but if you don't discipline yourself to abide by the goal that you want to reach, then you're forever going to fall short. And everybody watching, I want to feel inspired. I want everybody to shoot for the star, aim for the moon, because everybody can and they will after watching this. But just don't fall short, because life is hard, but there's a lot of things that if you were productive and pushing yourself to do, you can do. Example, you could say, well, I didn't have time. Well, how many hours today did you spend scrolling on social media? How many people did you talk on the phone with today? How many messages did you send out? Look at those type of things and see where you're wasting time at. To be a motivated person and to be somebody that really wants to be somewhere in life, you have to hold yourself on the highest pedestal you can. You can't keep being humble and stuff. You can be humble and hold yourself on a pedestal, but when you have certain standards for yourself, the same way that you have standards for that relationship that you want to be in, or that car that you want, or that apartment that you want, or that place you're going to, you have standards about it. Have standards about yourself. Hold yourself to the highest standard that you can, so that when you are trying to follow through with goals, you're meeting that standard, because that's what you expect of yourself. You're pushing yourself to be a better person and to get where you want to go at. For me personally, I stopped trying to make everybody proud and try to make myself proud. Because all you do when you try to make other people proud is overextend yourself more than you should be extending yourself, because you want it to be solved. There's a lot of things that you do in the dark that you could be proud of by yourself, but now you're trying to make it on a grander scale so that you could triumph the next person, or so that social media could look at it and be like, oh wow. When in reality, you can keep a lot of your winnings to yourself, because when they are on that grander scale, they're gonna show for themselves. But when you're always trying to prove to the world, like, look world, I'm getting somewhere, I'm doing something, look at me, and just trying to be arrogant, that's when life is like, okay, I got something for you. Make yourself proud. Don't make nobody else proud. I know personally, a problem I dealt with was really just trying to make the people around me just notice how far I'm coming and the things that I'm doing. But when you really get down to it, the people around you do not support you. It's the ones closest to you that you would think it would be as easy to, but they do not. And that's something that I struggle with, because it's like, well, what do I got to do for them to want to go look at my stuff by themselves? Or what do I got to do for them to notice me? Or for the people that I went to school with to see me? And, you know, just stuff like that, trying to prove to people. Because when you try to prove to people stuff and make other people notice you, that's when you start becoming a follower. Because you see, okay, this person was able to do this and get noticed this way, so I'm gonna just creep up my way and follow behind what that person did. When you're your own individual person, you're gonna get further going by what you want to do in your inner self, rather than trying to, okay, well, I'm inspired by this person, so I'm gonna follow each and every footstep that this person followed by. Because no, be your own blueprint. Because yeah, people can want to be like you and try to copy you, but you're the blueprint, so you'll always be mentioned and you'll always be remembered for what you have and what you are. Overall, nobody is going to be more proud of you than yourself at the end of the day, because when you're in the bed alone at night crying, trying to get past that heartbreak, or when you're in the kitchen trying to cook a healthy meal because you're trying to lose that weight and you're sad, or if you're even taking a bus because you're upset that you don't have transportation and that's getting you down, when you get into those spaces where that stuff, you got past that hurdle and now you have a car, now you've lost the weight, now you found self-love, you're gonna feel so much more excited, and nobody is going to be able to honor it the way you do. People will be excited for you, yes, but that's just a moment. No, you're gonna have that lifelong excitement and just the satisfaction of knowing that you did it. A word that I've been trying to stray myself away from and stop mentioning is stuck. A lot of times we get to a place where we don't know what to do next, and we just feel stuck, like there's nothing we can do. Unless you're in jail, you are not stuck nowhere. Unless you're 6 feet under, you are not stuck nowhere. You are not, I promise you. You stuck, and think of it as a bad word. Because when you say you're stuck somewhere, you're gonna forever be stuck in that place, because your mindset is stuck as well. Feeling stuck is simply a virtue of when you have lost so much confidence and you no longer have the motivation to keep going. Realistically, time is still going. So that's why you can never actually be stuck. Time is still going. When you're stuck in that spot, and you're stuck in that spot for days, weeks, months, years, time is still going. It's not stopping for nobody. So unless time has frozen, you are not stuck anywhere. Change that mindset. No matter how stuck and not knowing what next you can do, there is always something that you can do, no matter what. Once you become hopeless, that's when the world gives up on you. You have to stay hopeful no matter what, because everything happens for a reason in your lifetime. This is your world. Everybody else is just living in it. So it's time to take control of your world and start living in the world that you want to live in. If the world you want to live in is not stuck in this one spot, then get yourself out of that place. Think about what's making me feel trapped here. Why do I feel in this one spot that I can't do anything next? When you're setting your goals, be realistic. I'm not gonna put anything that is imaginary and, well, you know, maybe, no. I'm gonna be hopeful, yes, but I'm going to be realistic. That's what you have to be at the end of the day too. You can't say, well, by the end of the year, I'm gonna be on the Met Gala. I fuck with the idea. But realistically, think about what you want right now. Not what you want in the next couple of years. No, what you want now that's gonna get you to that point in the next couple of years. Every goal that you have in mind for the overall year, try to make it make a difference. Because if you're at where you're at right now and you keep setting the same goals every year, maybe the goal is not intended for your lifestyle. And not in a bad way, but it can be in a bad way too. We can set a goal sometimes that we feel like goes with who we are, and time come around and that's no longer who we are. We're not even excited for meeting the goal. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and write my goals down, and then I'm gonna show you guys the goals that I wrote. I just finished my goals, so I'm gonna run through the goals a little bit just so that if anybody needs some inspiration or if you just want to see the layout of it. How I decided to label my goals is the overall goals of 2024. So basically what I want to accomplish by the end of the year, and I definitely noted what I can do to get there. So let's see. As far as getting 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, I told myself that's going to take consistency, it's going to take promotion, and it's going to take quality content. So those are things that I'm focusing on, just not slightly, but going to have in the back of my head for those things. And another goal that I'm excited to reach is going to be a certified influencer. So what I mean by a certified influencer is really just somebody that you go to my social media platform and you're like, yeah, she makes content. Like, yeah, she's an influencer. I don't want it to be like you go to my content and you're like an upcoming influencer. Because at this point, I'm an influencer. You can't tell me nothing about it, but I want to be certified. Like, I want it to 100% show all across the board in every platform that I have. And with that, I know that that is going to take cleaning up my aesthetic and also growing my supporter count. In order to grow my subscriber count, I know that it's going to take me posting, reaching out to people, interacting, and just trying to network and connect more, as well as just trying to gain more supporters. When you do make your overall 2024 goals, just try to keep in mind with notes that, okay, well, that's the goal, but how are you going to get there? Like, what is it going to take to get there? So those are just the overall goals that I have. Now, as far as the goals for April through July, so April, May, June, July is going to be the months that I'm trying to achieve these goals. These goals are, it's a little bit more of them, but to me, they just seem a little bit easier. So, I mean, if you just want to look and see which ones you can pick out. One of the goals that I'm trying to reach, it's a very, very new goal, is I want to be a wig influencer. So I'm going to be learning how to do that type of stuff. And I feel like that one's going to be fairly easy, but that's just a goal that I have in mind, that by the end of July, I will be a wig influencer. On top of that, I will be a brand ambassador for Shop Miss A. It's a brand that I look up to a lot. And I haven't done the application. I've been stalling, and it's time to do the application so that I can become an ambassador and so that you guys can get discounts on products. Up here, this is just the honorable goals. So this is honorable mentions, I'd say. These are things that I would like to meet that I know I can do, because it's coming more of like a, what is the word? More of a routine. Now, this one is honorable goals. These are like, you could say honorable motions. These are goals that I kind of are already putting into play as far as with the routine of things. So like the skincare every day, I've been doing my skincare every day, which I'm proud of. Trying to clear up my skin. And then a very big one for me is, you'll see in a lot of my videos, I bleep out words, and that's for cussing. I didn't write cussing. I do want to stop cussing as heavy as I do, as well as substance dependency. I don't want to feel like I have to drink to have fun, or I don't want to feel like I have to blow down to feel better or to make my day better. I want to be able to solely rely on myself, just not feel like I need those things anymore. And that's a really big one. That's an honorable mention. Now, that's something that I don't know if I'm going to be able to meet or maintain, or if I even have the will to do it, but I put it up there so that I can keep that note to myself. The point of me telling you guys to write everything out and to note it is solely because when you have a visual of what you want to do, even putting it in your phone and on a piece of paper, like, yeah, you're going to put that to the side. But when you have a whiteboard, a chalkboard, something to put on the refrigerator, or something that you're looking at every single day, you're more than likely going to meet at least a couple of your goals, because you're looking at it and you're like, what can I do today? And even when it comes down to it, when you have a day that you're not doing anything and you're wondering, how can I be productive today? You can go to one of your goals and say, all right, well, I'm going to do research on one of my goals, or I'm going to work on a goal today. That's why I have all of these goals up here. I am looking forward to meeting each and every goal. And when you set your goal into play too, don't put, well, I hope to, or maybe, or I think. I will. Even say that when you talk about your goals, I will meet that goal. I will have 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is something that I am not gonna be like, well, maybe. No, I will. I am going to have that new car. I'm going to have that money. I'm going to have that financial freedom. I'm going to get everything that I want. One, because I wrote it down. So not only did I write it down in the universe, but I also spoke it to the universe. And then down here, I did put a little small motivational note. This is just that the sky is the limit, and don't give up because you're almost there. And the sky isn't even the limit. The universe is the limit, and the universe is an infinite source. At the end of the day, you have infinite things that you can do to get to where you want to get at. And if there's a path that you're on that you're just like, you've tried everything, you feel like you've tried everything, either ask for advice, ask for help. Talk to somebody who's trying to do the same thing that you're doing. And if it's just not working out, sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, maybe this just wasn't the path that God wanted me to be on, or the universe wanted to send me on. So let me see what I can do differently, or what else am I interested in. I am very spontaneous, so when it comes to things, I am open to anything. I'm an entrepreneur. All the things that I like to do and like for myself, example, I know how to do my own lash extensions. I have a TikTok kit coming to do my own waxing and to do my own nails. I know how to do my own eyebrows, my own makeup, my hair. I'm learning how to do wigs. I can make clothes. I can do tattoos. I know how to draw. I know how to write poetry. I have not let things just seem like, okay, well, it's in this one category, so maybe that's not a category I can touch. No, I can touch every single category that I want to touch, because nobody's stopping me. There is nothing out there that's saying you can't do it but yourself, but the doubt that you have and the hopeless feeling of feeling stuck. There's no time like today. And it just takes you to realize that your mindset can be changed so easily, but you have to have the will to want your mindset to be changed, and you have to genuinely want to do better and be better in life. I want to do better. I want to be better. I want to be in a better predicament. I want everything that I want in life to come to me. And of course, I would love to have that this year, but I know in due time. But as of right now, these are the things that I know I can do in this due time. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to let doubt or hopeless feelings or inconveniences stray me away anymore, because all you can do is make excuses for yourself. You can say, well, I tried. That's just an excuse. You tried. Okay, how did you try? Well, you tried this way, but you didn't try this way. This way was easier if you would have tried it that way, but you didn't. And you gave up. So there's no even trying that way, because you have to work back up to that point. Overall, it takes a lot to get to where you want to be at, and a lot to meet the goals. If you don't even have a place where you want to be at in life, and you just want to keep meeting goals, make a goal list to just keep meeting those goals so that you can be proud of yourself. And in this time, it also builds so much self-love and self-development, because you're really focusing on yourself solely, especially with these goals. Don't don't saturate goals around anybody else or anything, because it's not their world, it's your world. They are living in it. So you have to build your world for what you want it to be, and it helps you build a lot of personal time. It helps you grow in ways that you didn't think you'd be able to grow in before. I highly look forward to every single goal that I set today, even the yearly goals. And I will be coming back in August, and we're just going to look at the goals and see what I met, see what I didn't meet, and we're going to try again. But this time, in this go around, with the mindset that I have and the things that I've learned, I will meet every single goal that is on this chart. Maybe not the whole year goals, but as far as this monthly goals go, I will meet every single one. And even my honorable mention goals, I will work on every single one. And even the goals that I meet, I'm going to check off over time. So when I come back, I'm going to show you guys. And what I want you guys to do too is to keep this noted, so that when I come back, you guys can come back and we can try again and see what to do, what's different, because everybody is constantly learning. Nobody learns the same thing at the same time, at the same pace, and the same opportunities, and the same situations. Everybody is different, and you're different, but getting to where you want to get at, everybody can be in a parallel universe, because all it takes is the motivation, it takes the discipline, it takes the determination, it takes not feeling hopeless or helpless or stuck, or using terminology that keeps you further behind. Because the terminology of stuck, the terminology of I don't know what to do, the terminology of I give up, all of that stuff is spoken into your existence, and that's what plays into your existence. But when you tell yourself, this goal is hard to meet, and I'm finding it very hard to meet, but I am going to meet it, and I'm going to keep doing whatever I got to do to meet it, because nothing is going to beat the competition that I have with myself. You are in competition with yourself. You're not in competition with nobody else. There's not even a, oh, you can't compete where you can't compare type of thing. No, nobody's life is the same. So you're competing with yourself at the end of the day. You're not competing to be better than this person, to be better than that person, to do bigger things than that person. Because when you start competing, that's when you lose sight of what you want for yourself, and you're so driven off of the motivation of being better than the next person, you're not even understanding the person that you are. Because then when you get there, you're lost. You don't know what to do next. Because okay, you didn't beat out that person, but what you gonna do then? You gonna try to beat out the person on top of them? And what if you're on top now? You don't have no substance to yourself, because all you've done is try to compete with other people rather than grow yourself with competing with yourself. Genuinely hope you guys enjoyed the video though, because I had a good time making this, and it just makes me feel so much more better, and now I can move forward with goals, and it just feels like a breath of fresh air. Everybody just, it's amazing. I love it. It's like a cloud of happiness knowing that I got this stuff down and I can work on this stuff. That's what I find my happiness and my peace at now, is doing better for myself, meeting goals for myself. I'm so excited when I can go in a room and say, I posted a video today. I got $1 from TikTok today. Somebody sent me a collaboration today. I went to work and I worked overtime. I'm not even tired today. Like, just find happiness and find wanting to make yourself proud. At the end of the day, that is the moral of the story. Make yourself proud. Don't worry about anybody else. 5K giveaway is still going on, so at 5K subscribers, I will be giving 10 people $50. Get me monetized before then, and y'all will win a lot more money. But remember, the universe brought you here for a reason, and just know you were brought here for a reason. So I'm so glad you stayed to find out, and I will see you guys in the next video.